Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you,
see
bro.
you soon, man.
Yeah, see ya.
Wow, so successful. I got both items within 5 minutes. So for those that watched yesterday's episode where we met the owner, we talked about moving a sofa in here. And then suddenly, and it was like, oh, she was like, oh, you can help with the moving, yes? And I was like, yeah, of course. And then suddenly, people-pleasing pussy hole boy here, who doesn't like pussy holes, was nodding along to us saying, you're moving a fucking kitchen. Anyway, so they've just knocked on my door and gone, and I've gone, and she's going, yes. So, I don't lift stuff. I'm not a manual labourer. I'm a grifter. Who do I think we're speaking to? So yes, apparently I'm off to move a fucking kitchen, but honestly, I'm not going to strain myself. This just isn't how I roll. So, you know, I might pretend to lift. Or if there's not enough men for me to just pretend, then, and I'm really like feeling the strain, like that's not my life. Like, no, I just live in the forest and don't do anything strenuous. Let's see. So furniture is being moved. I was just honest, like, she opens up the basement and there's like 8 boxes in there, massive boxes. And I'm just like, I don't do this. And obviously, like, I can feel the social pressure and the people pleaser in me to conform and help and get involved, but you can pay people in Vietnam a $5 to move all of that. It's just not me. I wish I'd recorded it, but you know, I was too in the moment. I was just like, I'm not a builder. I work on a computer. Like, this isn't, I've never lifted anything in my life, and I'm not going to start at 40 years old. Sorry. And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, you can just pay 4 builders to do this. And then she was like, yeah, but it's very hard to get people to work 10 minutes. I was like, I totally understand where you're coming from. I don't think you're out of order or unreasonable. But I'm just not prepared to lift stuff. Like, I haven't come here and created this life to lift stuff like a fucking automaton. Like, I'm sorry. And even in saying that, I respect people who graft. I do. I really respect, particularly builders and tradesmen. And when the shit hits the fan and everything collapses, we're going to realise just how important these people are. And people like me are going to perish. Totally get that. But I'm not hauling around boxes. I'm just not doing it. Oh, bloody hell. I've been caught out by the rains of Dalat today. They've come early. I wasn't expecting that. Thunder in the background. So I haven't had a chance to get out and get any fruit or lunch or anything. So this will probably go on for like an hour. So basically, if I can just not allow my stupid fucking self-harming mind to tell myself a story of like, ooh, you could just smoke and go to bed and do nothing. If I can just remain productive throughout the next hour, which, you know, I'm in the process of uploading 4 videos as we speak, then it'll be perfect timing for yoga and having a good productive day, and then coming home and having a smoke as a reward, rather than just like, this is the only way I can get through life. So, yes, that's the plan. Alright, we're going to go for it. It's 2 o'clock, the rain seems to have eased off. On the maps it says it's 100% rain from an hour ago till 5 o'clock. But there seems to be this gap. So yoga's in an hour. So I'm gonna try again to get the baking soda. I've written it on. I'm leaving my phone because I'm always uploading videos. But I've got a piece of paper with bot written down. That is baking soda. And also kung. I'm going to try and find a hard toothbrush and some baking soda. And hopefully that will take me to about 3 o'clock when it's time for yoga. And then we can go and eat our steak and chips for £2 and feel really good about a very successful day where I created 4 videos and managed to do yoga before I just got comatose. Well done, Tom. Oh, you're doing so well. Another builder man is turning up with what looks like a lot of paint. It's a struggle to get up there in the rain. Let's see. I reckon he's going to abort mission and come down onto my drive, because this road, when it's wet and rainy, is a bit of a nightmare. Whoa, and he's got all these massive tubs of paint. Bless him, fucking hell. That is, yeah, that's a lot. Anyway, so Just come down here, bro. Yes, anyway, so this looks like the decorator man that's going to decorate the flat that supposedly I'm moving into in less than 2 weeks now. Oh no, it's about 2 weeks. Honestly, I'm just still fucking buzzing that whoa, chill out, Tom. I know you're good looking, mate, but no one needs to look that closely. That was a joke. For the retards are getting all triggered. Oh my god, he thinks he's so good. I'm just fucking buzzing about the fact that I've got this for a total of 19 days, and I think I've had 4 of them so far. If that happens, then it's a great bonus. But yeah, honestly, it's making me totally rethink everything. Like I was totally done with Vietnam. I was totally done. But you know, to find. So I've been living in Southeast Asia for like 18 months, and this is the best place I've lived, and it's like, do I start that whole process again? Like, there is another country and another place that I'm really excited about seeing, and I'm so like, I am gonna go, and I was so gonna go at the end of my current visa. But yeah, it's just like, do I really want to go through it all again? All the hotels and finding a place and it being crap, and I mean, this is heaven. This is heaven. Even with, so I don't know if I recorded this bit of a conversation with you only yesterday, but those dogs are police dogs. It's a massive police station over the valley. So that all makes a lot more sense now. So there is a bit of noise, but it's just fantastic. It's just occurring to me how much of my footage occurs in this spaz shop, and I hate that. I hate that, but I also understand that it's really funny watching me spaz out in Spazland. A lot more fun than it would be watching me prance around Toyon Lake, for example. But just before we go into that awful environment, which you can see, there's the Opera House, there's Spazland. I just thought I'd show it you from this gorgeous perspective, where in Dalat they've created this amazing lake. It is a man-made lake, but there's some gorgeous natural ones out and about in the sticks. But in the centre of the town, they've created this amazing focal point, this man-made lake, these gorgeous lotus flowers. In the evening, people exercise around here. It's a great, great spot. I don't like it because it's in the middle of town and it's busy, but I appreciate it for what it is, and I appreciate how much the Vietnamese come together here and have a great sense of community. So I just wanted to show you this really nice environment before I take you into the artificial LED spaz grabber machine environment that will be in the next scene. Okay, so these are what we affectionately refer to as the spaz grabbers, because spazzers use them to grab pointless stuff. And for some reason, out here in Southeast Asia, I think it's going to be related to the dramatic infantilization of the society, which obviously we have in the West massively, but wow, it's strong out here. You only ever see adults on them, really bizarre. But I like to always point them out, because for me they're just like the height of retardation of NPC. Like flashy lights, lots of noise, crap, cheap potential prize that no one ever wins, that is made so poorly you could buy it for less than the money you put in to try and grab the silly little spaz thing. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from with it all. So regular viewers will understand or will be aware of from my perspective. Obviously I don't expect retards to ever understand, because retards are numb to things like LED lights and Bruno Mars and NPCs. But those who watch my channel will be aware that this is an ongoing saga. I keep coming into this shop to try and find stuff, and I just get, these LED lights just get way too much for me, and I end up leaving with nothing. But I mean business this time. I've come very prepared. I've written down the word now, bot. B-O-T, but it's got this funny triangle thing above it and a dot underneath it. So obviously I'm going to say bot, but it's not going to be bot. It's going to be like, who knows? So I'm going to do my best. I really, I'm at the point where I've probably got 5 days worth of toothpaste left. So I've got to find some baking soda, because it feels like trying to find fluoride-free toothpaste would just be, if I can't even find baking soda, like to start asking about fluoride-free toothpaste, I just think it's going to be a massive spaz fest. So first I'm going to ask about hard toothbrush, because I don't think they sell them in Vietnam. Hello. Kung. 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 So toothbrush, Kung.
Bột. Đây Kung gì chị? Đây ghi thiếu nét.
And so one of these, this Kung, yeah. So I've just pointed at the toothbrush and said Kung. I should have written down toothbrush as well. Is it Kung?
Kung.
Kung. Oh, good. Kung.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, good. Thank you. Gaman. Okay. Bot, baking soda. Oh, we're going for the double here. So we now have a hard toothbrush. It does exist. That is Kung. Fantastic. So presumably that's that one. But baking.
Baking soda.
Yes, baking soda.
You eat?
Yes. Yes.
You can go to
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your help. Come on. Baking soda, bot, baking.
baking soda.
Baking soda, yes.
You want eat or what?
Eat, yes. Yes. Ah, come on. Wow, so successful. I got both items within 5 minutes. Just need to ask more, but I have asked in the past and I didn't get much help, and then I kind of wrote it off. So this is 100% pure, multi-purpose baking soda that costs £1.50. Oh, that is such a relief to finally find. So I'm going to call it a day there. I'm not going to push it. Next is coconut oil. If I can get coconut oil to mix, and I already have some, but, you know, I'll need more soon, because I use that as everything. I use it as moisturizer, everything. Well, literally just moisturizer and toothpaste. Now I've got baking soda. But yeah, I'll come back tomorrow for that. I am so satisfied that I've managed to get the baking soda and the Kung. This one, yes? Yeah! Come on. What a successful day. Right, next spaz space tip is usually, actually it's not too bad today, but usually these are heaving. So always make sure you bring your card, and then you can go in the self-scanner section, which today doesn't seem to really matter because the queues aren't that bad, but usually the queues are big. Whereas if you have a card, then you can use this, and they do it all for you if you're retarded like me. So it's great. I love her. I love the staff on this checkout. They're always the same, not the same people, but the same attitude. Just total efficiency. No friendliness, no chat. They, you know, so they see a foreigner and they just think, oh, fucking hell, this spaz isn't going to be able to use the machine. So they do the first bit for me, assuming that I'm not that spasticated and that I'll be able to work out the rest, and I just sort of stand there and then they just do it all for me. It's all just done within 7 seconds. So they do it all to the point where, I mean, they even got me to the pay point today, and I fucked it up. I didn't put my card on it long enough, and it said transaction failed. And then she just sort of, I reset it all, took my card out of my hand, and even did the card bit for me. Oh, I love it. I just love letting the inner child totally come out and just be like, I can't do it. Can you do it for me? Because it is true. I can't use machines, especially when they're in a foreign language. But you know, I could maybe work it out, but it's just nice. It's just nice to be a child. You know, when you're thousands of miles from your family and, you know, you don't really have anyone looking after you or looking out for you. I mean, my mum will always look out for me as long as she's alive. But you know, it's different when you're thousands of miles away. It's really nice to just have someone look after you in like this one circumstance. Very good. Thank you, sir. Come on, come on. I love this time of the day. Apart from that LED light shining in my fucking eyes, that's kind of nice. Darker spot. When I've just finished yoga, there's this big sense of like, well done, Tom. Like, you actually did something you hate, that you know is good for you, both short and long term. It's just like such a sense of achievement. You know, it's so easy when you don't actually have to do anything other than make a couple of videos. You know, it's very hard to stay motivated and very hard to create some sort of routine when you have a propensity to smoke a green herb and wiggle your worm and just do nothing. And that's been basically the story of the last 5 years. I mean, not really, I've also been running businesses, but there's been a lot of that going on. And suddenly to have to find my own motivation to do stuff. I'm really impressed with myself that I'm coming to this yoga class every day, because I fucking hate it. I'm not getting any better. I'm terrible. I really like the teacher. The teacher's great, he helps me out so much. He started giving me knee supports. He's always twisting me and helping me get into position, or close to the position that the rest of the class is in. But there is just like a cultural difference that I just want to speak into because it's fascinating. So in England, like the idea of taking your phone into a yoga class, you know, I remember doing that once actually, because I was running a business and I was scared the council were going to turn up and I needed my staff to let me know. And if I'd have seen my staff calling me, I'd have left the yoga class straight away. Obviously I wouldn't have answered it, but I'd have known what it was. And I remember the yoga instructor just seeing me with a phone and doing this announcement as if it was to the whole class, which was clearly talking to me about not bringing your phone in. And I just ignored it. But if somebody ever had answered their phone in the class, like, they'd have just been kicked out straight away and possibly even banned long term. Whereas that's just totally normal here. And I've been pretty shocked by it. Like, people just answering their phone in the class. Like, I've been pretty shocked by it. And I found myself like looking at the instructor like, are you going to do anything about it? Just because that's my conditioning, that's my programming, that's just what I'm used to. And I remember when I looked at him, he sort of looked down with embarrassment. Like, I felt like he was acknowledging that it was really bad they were doing that, but he, you know, he wasn't in a place, or, you know, it's so normal out here, but, you know, he can't tell them not to do it. But today he answered his own phone. Couldn't believe it. He rang once and he ignored it. And obviously that cuts out the music and we hear his ringtone, so that was bad enough. Then it rang again 5 minutes later and he left the class to answer his phone. And I'm not criticising, like, I'm learning to accept, I'm learning like that's how it is out here. Very different. And, you know, you got to remember that even though I consider myself conscious and obviously I don't believe in politics, but, you know, you would class me as far right, as in, you know, I'm not a indoctrinated libtard that has suicidal empathy and has been brainwashed into thinking that people of other cultures are of any benefit to us at all. But I have been brainwashed enough to I have been brainwashed enough to think that certain standards are going to be ubiquitous. And like literally, so I knew we weren't the same. I knew diversity isn't our strength. I knew that you can't just bring a brainless animal from sub-Sahara and put them on English soil and give them a piece of paper saying they're British and they'll act British. Like, I knew all that, but I was still conditioned enough to believe that everyone would treat a yoga class the same. But no, like literally everything is different out here. You know, if you think that we're all the same, and this isn't, I'm not making anything better or anything worse. Obviously I do have certain preferences and I do think certain cultures are the best, but we don't even need to go into that. Just try and realise that this notion you have that we're all the same and that it's about integration, not culture. Like, somebody wrote that in my comments the other day. Like, as if these people can integrate. Like, maybe the very first generations, when they brought the best ones over and there were just a few of them and they had to integrate, they had no choice because they were surrounded by us. But like, these fucking millions that they're just bringing in off the boats and the planes, and, you know, calling it legal, like. But like, stare like this at police officers. When a police officer tries to explain to them that, you know, you can't slash that baby's face, like this, I'm talking about an actual case. Like, you can hear the police officer saying, yeah, but you can't slash babies, and he's just like, it's just incredible. We are not all the same. Very good yoga teacher. Oh man, I don't believe it. So obviously I'm about to have a sauna. The last time I had a sauna at this time of day, the same man that just walked in, who's almost, he must be 50, he's like proper meathead. He was in the toilet, they just sit in the toilets. And it's this guy now. And oh, I'm so glad he's left. So that guy, the other day, I'm in the sauna, obviously like trying to relax, obviously trying to have some sort of silent experience, which obviously I know you can't have in Vietnam, but you know, trying. And he's in the toilet, scrolling shorts, and it's like, do you remember that, what was it, something in Muttley, that cartoon, Dick Dastardly and Muttley or something like that? And it was like, like he was laughing like that, and it was like children, like the vibration of it and the noise that was coming out of it, so laughter and like, you know, the money coin ding 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 sound, it was like 3-year-old level, it really was, it was 3-year-old level entertainment. And I was sat in the sauna having to listen to that. So I come out and I start shouting, get off your phone, get off your phone. And I'm sorry, I'll take it outside. And I didn't realise there was someone in there. And obviously he doesn't understand the English, but he heard the anger enough when I did it for the second time that he switched his phone off. But like, just incredible, like it's, yeah, it's crazy. And then the other crazy thing is they don't get changed in the changing rooms, they get changed in the showers, and there's only 2 showers. So like you can be waiting for a shower and there's someone in there just changing their clothes, and it's like, why don't you just do it in the changing room? But it's obviously a cultural thing, because I've been to 2 places now and they both, everyone just changes in the showers, so then you end up with these queues for showers when people aren't even showering in them. Mental. So I've just seen another, I'm not sure if it is a massive cultural difference. So I've just seen what I would describe as the vainest person in my life. But then I think, you know, in England there's a lot of vanity too. And I also have to caveat, like when I say England, I'm talking about like the 1990s, like when it felt like England. Obviously now, like, so let me tell you what happened. So a really nice man comes into a changing room, really nice energy. But like straight away I was just like, I found myself warming to him, like I liked him. He asked me to move over on the bench and I was just like, yeah, sure. And there was just like a nice energetic connection between us. But I could just feel like, oh, this guy's completely the opposite to me. Like he's really prim and proper, like he's coming with a leather briefcase. He's got like really tight quality clothing, and so I just got put off by a man with 1 leg. Do you want to see the man with 1 leg? I'll show you the man with 1 leg. But yeah, it's really put me off. I need to take a breath. So that's a man with 1 leg covered. Now, what was I talking about? Right, yeah, so then he goes up to the mirror and he starts spraying this hairspray. That's in there, that's in there. Just come out the changing room. That's it. Let's get you a zoom in if I've got time. So this is the prim and proper man we are talking about. And then he gets out this little, like, I'm gonna call it a comb, but it wasn't a comb, it was like some spike thing, like he's positioning each strand of hair. Now this man's balding, like, so this man is obviously obsessed with his appearance, like it's, you know, I could just feel like how different he is to me and how like he gets off on like things being perfect. And I understand that, like I can get that sense, like when I wash the pots it feels good, for example, but that's as close as I can get to it. You know, I'm completely the opposite, you know, a slob. And then I went into a story of like, what is this man going to do when he loses his hair? Because obviously, like, it's his whole focus, it's his whole everything, man. It's going to be devastating for him. And then I was like, well, this is definitely the vainest thing I've ever seen. But actually, what it is, it's the fact that he's doing it in public. That's the difference. In England, we have just as many people that are as vain as that. But they would never do that in public. Like, use this little pokey thing. Like, you'd get shamed for that in England. Whereas out here, it's totally normal. But also, there's a good side to it where, like, they'll just do Tai Chi next to the river, or they'll, you know, you'll just see an old man on the street, like, stretching. Whereas in England, like, we'd be so embarrassed to do that. So I like it. And then the last thing I need to say about that is, obviously, England has totally changed. And now we have a load of, like, stinking starnies I don't even know what they are. Are they very, you know, I know they're very superficial, stupid, external. You know, it's all about their presentation, but then they're also really bad at presenting themselves and smelly. So, but obviously not all of them, YouTube. No, not all of them. Some of them are very fragrant, and some of them are doctors and engineers. Yeah, interesting. All right, see you in a bit. Hello, my friend. Are you open for business today? You open? Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Can I get this one? Takeaway. Takeaway. I have my own takeaway. I give you 1 minute. Can you put in this?
No.
Yes, you can. Of course you can. Why no?
Why not? You want?
Yeah, in there. Yeah. Take. I want this
Yeah. Okay.
inside there.
I know.
Okay. I come back in 10 minutes. I come back. Okay. What do you mean no? So obviously it was just a misunderstanding. But at first I was like, what do you mean you're saying no? What, you have to put it in polystyrene? You have to poison me? So what do you reckon to one leg man? Was it a landmine or a scooter accident? I understand landmines are still... Oh yes, look at the camera time. After 2 years of YouTubing and finally learning, you're meant to look at the fucking camera. See, the haters have a place, you know, it's not all just fucking hate and bile, it's just 99% hate and bile. So yeah, my understanding is there's still quite a lot of landmines in Vietnam. But it feels like it's much more likely to be a scooter accident, right? But yeah, I mean, he was young, wasn't he? He didn't even look 20. Can you imagine living basically your whole life with one leg? Must be so challenging. It reminds me of another migrant story actually from England. I forget what part of England. But a migrant has just been let off with no charge for walking into the flat of a blind woman. He didn't attack her, but you know, people stopped him before he did. But you know, she thought she was dead. And he's just been let out of court. Nothing. And he's another one that's like... Again, it's you get the footage of the police stopping him, and like, I mean, the guy, like, they're trying to explain to him that you can't walk into people's houses, and he's just furious, and like, I don't think he can understand sentences. Like, I mean, it's just phenomenal, like, phenomenal that we're letting these bioweapons into the country, man. Just like, you know, not, I can't say it, but you know. Such a low IQ, like such a low IQ. You know, in England, or was it America, they changed the retardation levels from 85 IQ to 75 after we had the invasion. Because, you know, it would have been racist to not do that, otherwise we'd have had to acknowledge they're all fucking retarded. But yeah, it just, after I heard that story, oh, that, yeah, it was like, I was just like, oh my god, that's so unfortunate. And then as he was reading her story, that morning she'd had a coma, she'd been in a coma. It didn't give any more details than that, but I was just like, you know, that was a big day for this woman, man. Like, morning spent in a coma, afternoon spent with a migrant trying to kill you. And you're blind. Makes you realise how fucking lucky you are, isn't it? So what do you think the chances are of that food being ready when I go back? So obviously I've given him the thing, with the idea that I go and I just pick it up and pay him. I should have paid him beforehand, actually. But I think there's a high chance. I think it's 50-50. I mean, he got it. He did get it. And he can't possibly think that I'm not going to come back because I've left, you know, not expensive, but, you know, more expensive than a meal glass container. But I think there's a good chance that I'll come back and my container will be empty and he'll just be like, because I left, like, you know, it's 50-50. He might do it, but there's definitely a thing out here of, like, you know, like when you pay for something that's 60 pence, and rather than giving a £1 coin, you give £1.10. And like, you know, we know what that is, that's obvious. You want a nice 50 pence piece back rather than two 20 pence pieces. But when you do that out here, it just completely throws them. And I wonder if, like, leaving something and being like, with the obvious, from my perspective, with the obvious expectation that that will be ready when I come back, and that's why I've done it, because I want efficiency. Because it means I can smoke sooner. You know, will he have got that, or will he just, you know? But it's also a standard thing. Like they're also like, they want to give the food at the best, so they don't want it just sat and getting cold from their perspective. But obviously, I'm going to eat that in 4 hours, so I don't care about that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be It's going to be fascinating. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Watch until the end. Watch until the end. Watch until the end. Find out if he's put some soupy thing in my glassy thing. Oh my God! There's Mr. Dung and his legendary steak, chips, and egg. Fantastic. Thank you, my friend.
Joyce.
All right, that was great. It's always a pleasure coming here. I love it. Washing, and then we'll end your anticipation. Oh my God, I bet you can't wait. The cliffhanger. Hello. Perfect, thank you. Hello, my friend.
You don't come back.
Oh, I always come back. I never leave my glass container. You thought that was yours now?
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. I'm excited to try your food.
Yeah, this is fine.
So this your first day?
Sorry.
This is day 1 of your business?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is it going good?
Where?
Here! This you business?
Yeah.
This shop you?
Yeah.
Day 1, open today?
Yeah. How long you living here?
5 months.
5 months. Wow.
Yeah, I like Dalat. Dalat very good. Dalat my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You can add WhatsApp.
WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Why do we need WhatsApp?
Social.
Social? I'm not social.
No.
No.
You.
I just do YouTube videos, but I don't speak to anybody.
Uh-huh.
I speak to people like you when I buy things, but I don't do friends.
Yeah.
I don't like friends. I don't need friends. I like you though. You're very
Yeah, thank
friendly,
you.
and I will see you again.
Yeah.
But I don't drink beer or anything like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome, my
Yeah,
friend. Top man. See you soon.
Yeah.
If the food is good.
Yeah.
Oh, it looked very good. Come on.
Yes, sir.
So as you can see, if you want to make friends here, it's very easy. They're very friendly, very friendly. And there's part of me that's like, oh, I should have given him my WhatsApp number, you know. But why? Other than to make good content, like I recognise I could make good content if I went out with a load of Vietnamese people. But for me, YouTube is just about making a living and maybe inspiring a few people. But you know, that either happens or it doesn't. I can't control that. So from my point of view, it's just making a living. So for me, there's a balance to be struck between making a living and enjoying your life. So if I was to go out with a load of Vietnamese people to make more money, because obviously that's really good content, it wouldn't be worth it for me, because I'd have to drink alcohol, I'd have to be around loud music, I'd have to pretend to be interested in, you know, just difficult conversations because of a language barrier. For me, it's way more energy expended on trying to have a very basic conversation than could ever be gained. But I really like him, I really like his energy, I really hope the food's good, I really hope I can go back there and he can be part of my life, because I really appreciate and I really get off on those sort of exchanges. Like, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy short, sharp, bit of communication, friendliness. This is going to sound arrogant, but like, letting them feel my energy. I really like that. You know, what the retards who are like, you need to learn the language, what they'll never be able to appreciate. And obviously they'll just go wild over this, they'll just project all over it. They don't understand what it's like to have a powerful aura. They don't understand what it's like to be very expressive and to have an energy that captivates people. And therefore, an ability to communicate that they just don't without words. And also the way people respond to me, like they think I have to work the language because they're used to people not responding to them. They're used to having to work hard. You know, they work in the office, they got vaccinated, they're not flowing people, they don't have beautiful auras. I don't. Like, you know, people warm to me. Obviously, so people either warm to me or they hate me. But not out here, because out here I'm not saying anything or doing anything that challenges their egos. But on YouTube, you know, people either love me or hate me. Because they're either conscious and are so relieved to hear someone being honest, or they're unconscious and I just trigger the shit out of their unconsciousness. Anyway, that's enough of that. Hopefully you're not so retarded that that was obvious for you and meant something to you. If you're spazzing out now and getting triggered and writing hate in the comments, that's fine. Thanks for helping the video, thanks for watching the video. But just know it's going to have no impact on me at all, and what you're doing is projecting from your very, very, very low level of perception and experience. Look at these bastards! Look at the size of them! So this is Coconut Man's dad. We don't quite have the same relationship, he doesn't speak English, but there's a bit of a relationship there. This is Coconut Man's mum. Again, we do lots of smiles together, but I don't like it when she cuts the coconuts because she doesn't cut them straight and they don't stand. She's really bad at it, to say it's, you know, been her livelihood for 50 years. So I just pointed and went, wow, and he smiled and he went and got the big, massive one. Is that still going to cost 10 or is it going to cost 20? Usually I order 2, but, you know, there's no need to order 2. Look at the size of that bastard. Is that still going to cost 10? We'll find out in a minute. Come on, what service? Right, so they cost 90, so it should be 100. If a coconut's 10, it's going to be 100. Whoa, very good!
Oh, you're a YouTuber?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can I know your channel?
Yeah, of course. I'll show you if you like on your phone.
Yeah, okay.
This camera makes it very easy because look, you can.
Oh.
And the screen usually should be like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does this sometimes. It really annoys me. But yeah, I'll give you my channel, brother. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you,
see
bro.
you soon, man.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.